Hello everyone, it's pyGuru this side, and today in this tutorial we are going to learn about database dumping using SQLmap. Okay, so for this I'll be using a website which is gfcollege.in. Now this is a live website, and I know that there exists SQL injection vulnerability on this website. Now I haven't searched this SQL vulnerability, SQL injection vulnerability on this website, but I found it from some Telegram channel, and I want to show you how can we dump the entire database of this website, okay, on our local system. So for this I'll be using Kali Linux. Now we already have previous tutorials on how to install Kali Linux and the basics of Kali Linux. Okay, so we'll be now learning the tools of Kali Linux. Like in this tutorial, in the next tutorials we'll be learning the how to use the various tools available in Kali Linux. So for this, let me just give a brief introduction of this website. This is some college website in Shahjahanpur. Okay, it's in Bareilly. Okay, and basically in India, Indian website. And what I want to do is I want to dump the entire database and if possible the login credentials of this website, admin credentials. So let's see where is the SQL injection part. So let's say I will go to the faculty and staff. I'll go to Department of Geography. Yeah. Now see, this is the result I'm getting. Okay, there are 5. Then Department of this. Let's go for Home Science. There's only one faculty here. There's only one faculty for this department as well. Let's go for Sociology. There are 3 faculties. We are just checking this website. Okay. It doesn't matter. So we can just pick anyone and we can start from there. Here again, there are more faculties. Anyways, what I want to do is I want to show you the SQL injection. If you want to check SQL injection on any website, actually it's very easy. First of all, just check this URL. Okay, like this gfcollege.in. Then there is this term faculty.php. After then there are some query parameters. It says department ID, it is 26, department name is 01, and department of, then basically there is a name of the department of English. Okay. If you want to see if there's a SQL injection on this website, first of all, if you have no idea of SQL injection, you can just type SQL injection and you can go to Portsugar website. Okay, so what is SQL injection? They have it in very detail. Okay, you can just start from scratch here, learn what is SQL injection. There are number of labs available, free labs. You can just check them. Okay, and you will learn it, the basics of SQL injection. Now here see, that's actually very easy. Let's try to understand the basics of SQL injection. Let's say there is some insecure website. We have one insecure website, live website here. It says here there's no defense against the SQL injection, which we know. There's no basically defense. So we will just check. Suppose there is a website, insecurewebsite.com, and it has a page, products name, okay, and then it's a query parameter, gifts. Okay. Same here, see, we have a website, then there's a page, faculty, and there are number of queries. Okay. Now, basically, if it uses SQL in backend, what it will do, it will run a SQL code in backend. Basically, it's what this website is doing. It is fetching all the results for the category gifts. So in backend, what will happen? A SQL query will run, which will be like this: select all from products where category is gifts, and there will be some hidden parameters, like not necessary, but maybe there can be some hidden parameters, like and released equal to 1. This SQL query asks the database to return all details asterisk. Okay, basically since we are not putting any condition here, so it will fetch all the results for the gift category from the table. Which table? Products table, where the category is gifts. Basically the column name is gifts and the released column value is 1. The restriction released one is being used to hide products that are not released. You could assume for unreleased products, release is equal to 0. Now, the application doesn't implement any defense against SQL injection attacks. This means an attacker can construct the following attack. For example, https insert website.com product space category gifts. If you want to check if there's a SQL injection on this page, you can just put this, what this is known as hyphen, apostrophe, and then these two hash or hyphen symbols. Just put this value after the query value. After gifts or any query, here the query name is category. After its value, just put this apostrophe and two dashes. Basically, if it returns an error, it means there's a SQL injection. This results in SQL query. Basically, what will happen? Select all from products where category equal gifts, okay, and released equal to 1. This double dash in MySQL is basically a comment, is used for comment. So basically, what will happen? It will just ignore all the part after this, okay. So this part will be ignored, and currently what is happening that only those products are fetched which are actually released or the value of release is equal to 1. But since this is now commented because of this two dash symbols, now it will return all the value, all the products, whether they are released or not, because this part is commented now. Okay, so crucially note that double dash is a comment indicator in SQL. This means that the rest of the query is interpreted as comment, blah blah blah. Okay, so there are a number of ways you can do this, but basically what we are going to do, you can just learn more about it here. Let's just check it if it's working or not. What will happen? Our department ID, and let's just check if there's a SQL injection is not. Basically, since we are currently getting results for this queries. If after putting this part and this apostrophe, wrong place, before and we have to put it here, okay, apostrophe and double dash, if it returns the error, or basically if we are getting no results, it means there's a SQL query injection here, SQL injection here. Okay, so see, this page is not load basically, so there's a SQL injection. Now we know that. Now how to dump this? Now let's say you have already found out that this page contains SQL injection or this website contains SQL injection. What we will do? We will now come to Kali Linux. So for this, I'm using Kali Linux in my VMware. Here, first of all, we have to open terminal. So open terminal here. We have a tool which comes already pre-installed with Kali Linux, which is known as SQLmap. Just type SQL and press tab. So it says completing external command. So there are multiple terms available or multiple tools available related to SQL, SQL.3, SQL.browser, SQLmap, SQLmap API. I want to use SQLmap. Okay, so you can just type SQLmap and then -h. Map -h or -h. Basically, -h will give you the help how to use this tool. So just hit enter and it will tell me how to use this tool. So let's see how can we do this. First of all, you can either type -h or -help. It's up to you. Then if you want to print the value of a version of SQLmap, we will just open another terminal. Okay, so let's just set one here and one here. So in the right one, we can just check all of this. So if you want to check the SQLmap version, you can just type SQLmap -version, hit enter. So currently we are using 1.8.11 stable version of SQLmap. Now how to use this? It says at least one of these options has to be provided. Okay. So basically, if you already have the SQL injection or vulnerable website URL, what you can do, you can type SQLmap. Then here it says use the -u, and then you have to paste the URL. So Control-Shift-V. Now we will just hit enter. Resuming, basically it will ask for multiple things here. So like it's asking whilst testing connection to the target URL, you will not declare cookies while server wants to set it on. So basically it's setting its own cookie. If you want to use, I will just type white. Now currently it executed quite fast for me. It did everything, like checked for error based, where is errors, all of this using where, having order by group clause. You have to learn about SQL injection, okay? Then only you will understand this part. But overall, it found that there's a SQL injection on this. Okay, so it also tells me that the backend DBMS is MySQL. It may ask you few questions, so you have to give the answer in Y or N. Just give them all for Y. Okay, doesn't matter here. So now it says fetch data log to text file under this thing. There's a temporary file it has created for this gfcollage.n. Now, what else it told me? That there's a parameter department ID which is vulnerable. Okay, so what I want to do is, here's see, there's an example of this also. SQL department ID 4 union all select. How it's doing? It's just printing everything. Okay, so now how can we use this? So for this, let's come to this and let's see. If you want to use further things like your custom cookie, your random agent proxy or Tor, anything else, you can set it like this. Okay, we don't want to use any of this. So we'll just scroll down and we will check for all the databases. So let's check the databases. Okay, so I'll just use the above command back, and here it says you have to use the dash dash dbs flag. So hyphen hyphen dbs flag to enumerate all the databases. So if I'll hit enter, testing connection to the target URL, Y, fetch data for this, and see, it says me that there are two databases available databases two. First, the database name is gfcollage, and then there's one more database, information schema. Now generally you will find information schema for all MySQL based websites or backend databases. We have to ignore this. Basically, this contains the structure of overall databases, so we can ignore this. The database of our interest is this gfcollage. Okay. So now we have to select this. So how can we do this? If you want to select this, you have to scroll down. We will read, see. If you want to select the database, you have to use the dash D flag. So instead of dash dash DBS, we will use dash D, and then you have to type the name of your database which you want to use. So I want to use gfcollage database. Okay, so I have selected gfcollage database. Now I want to enumerate all the tables in it. The basic concept is there is database, then inside database we have tables, then we have inside tables we have rows and columns. Okay, so now if we want to enumerate the tables, so again for this, here it says you can use the tables flag to enumerate all the tables. I'll hit enter using the tables. Now it should give me the name of all the tables. Why? And see, there are bunch of tables inside this database. Starting from events, there are total how many tables? There are 46 tables inside the database. So events, AB members, you can dump all of this one by one. The main table of our interest may be two things. First, which stores all the information of employees, maybe students, or depends upon the website, what kind of website it is. For example, here in our case, the database of the table of our interest may be faculty here, and the most important will be login. It will store the login credentials. Okay, so let's say I want to use the login table. So again, instead of enumerating these tables, we can select the table. So for this, you have to use the dash T as it says here. So here you have to give the name of the table. So again, you can just select the table name, which is login here. I will just type login. Now you can, if you want to get the name column names, you can just use the double dash columns to enumerate the name of the columns. Okay, like this. Why? So basically this column, this table has 5 columns. Here you can say department ID, login type, password and username. Okay, so not much of our use. Instead of dash dash columns, we can use the dash dash dump to see all the rows, columns and rows as well. So hit enter and wait for some time. Why? Uh, do you want to store hashes to temporary file for eventual further processing with tools? So if you want to recognize possible password, basically there's a hashing used in the password column. So you can either go for Y or N. So I'll go for N. Let's see. Do you want to crack them via dictionary based attack? So I will say no, because it will take quite a time. Okay, first I want to see what kind of hash it is. So I will press N. You can also press Y. It's up to you. Okay. So it gives me that there's a one row inside this table, which is login ID is 1, department ID is 0. This is the password and this is the username and this is the login type. Now, basically, we have the username and the password, admin's username and password. The problem is that this is hashed. Now, this is MD5 hash. Basically, this is one-way hashing. You cannot brute force it. Okay, so if and the point is, if you can just decrypt it, you can save it. Basically you can log into the admin panel of this website as well. So you get your 2 tasks after watching this video. Try to decrypt it. How to decrypt it? Let me copy this. It's not that easy. Okay, first of all, you can type MD5 decrypt. There will be bunch of websites which are like this. Okay, you can use this, any of them. Let me try this MD5 encrypt decrypt online. Again, here you can read the details of MD5. MD5 is a one-way hashing algorithm. There is no direct method for MD5 decryption. MD5 is decrypted by using trial and error methodology. It may take some time, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you can see that they are using MD5, but there's a very rare chance that we can decrypt it. Okay. So if I try to decrypt it, could not be decrypted. Okay. Basically what happens is that we can only check, we can only match MD5. Let's say, for example, I'm just telling, let's say this is the hash for admin, password is admin, let's say, for example. So the only way is you take the admin. Okay, let me just go to encryptor, type admin, encrypt it using MD5 method. This value comes. The only way you have to check if this is correct is you have to check this, match this. If this has with this has, if both of these two matches, then means that this is the correct password. So there's no way that you can just take this and come back to this. There's no way. Okay, it's one way hashing. So the only possible way is matching. So basically what this website do, they just take millions to like 10 million, 20 million, 30 million words or terms and just convert them to MD5 passes and then just match them. Okay. So if any of match is found, it says that this is decrypted. Okay. So as it says, there's no way to decrypt it by directly. So if you are able to decrypt it on any website, you can just log into the admin panel of this website. Even you can make this website yours. You can deface it. You can put your own pictures on this website here. Instead of this logo, you can put your own logo here. You can put your own mail. Okay. But we are not going to this thing inside this tutorial. Okay. It's your task. Let me just do this. Let's say you want to save this to a file. What you can do, you can just use the redirection operator. We have already done about this in the previous tutorial. And you can put it in, let's say, any file, login.txt. Now a file will be created. Let me just move this. Here login.txt file is created. You have to type y here. that enter. Okay, then you have to close it. Let me just don't save. Since it's asking for it like this, again you need to open it. You have not declared cookies. Okay, what's happening? Okay, maybe I should put a Y here. Okay, so I'll wait for some time and let's check if it completed or not. It asks few more questions. I don't remember that, but I think I put N for the first question and Y for the second question. Let me just check. It's not working. It's basically asked for few questions. Okay, that's why we are getting the problem. And we see how all the question we want to store hashes. For this, it was N. Let me just press Control C. Okay, so it didn't work, but let's try once again. I'll just open this website. I'll hit Y. Then I'll click on reload. Okay. We have to do it like this. Okay. Do you want to store hashes to a temporary file? So I'll press N. If I come back to file, we have to click on reload. Now let's scroll down a little further. We want to crack them via dictionary attack. For now, I want to say N because it will take a lot of time. Okay, that's why I'm not correcting. So after that, I'll click on reload and see this will be dumped in my text file. Okay, so this is how you can dump it to a text file. So this was one method. So for better readability, now you can do it one by one. Okay, or what you can do, let me just scroll it down. And let's say if you want to dump all the databases, so what we can do, we can instead of dump, we can just use dump as all. It will start dumping all the databases one by one. Okay, start printing all the values of all the databases here. So again, it will going to take a lot of time. But this is how you can just dump all of this. Okay, again for that you can just if you want to save it to file, you have to just use the redirection operator and then the file name, and it will start saving all of this. Okay, so this is how you can dump all the databases of any SQL injection vulnerable website. So see, it's just printing all of this data like this. Okay, since it's quite large. Okay, you see these are all the tables. Do you want to simplify in sequence? Okay, just press N O by so N. Okay, you can just scroll up and you can see all the content of all the tables. Okay, it's up to you. So yes guys, this is it. I hope you have some basic knowledge of you understood the how can we dump all of this. Now if you have any doubt, you can ask in the comment section. Yeah, this is the department. Okay, faculty details there, of course. Okay, you can just read all of this from by one in your terminal. But yes, this is it for this video guys. If you love this video, leave a like or a dislike. If you haven't my channel, subscribe it. Thank you. See you in the next tutorial.